Pilates studios popping up all over town, and you wondered, what are Pilates? And what's the big deal? What's the big fuss? Well, I wondered too. And several years ago, when I was working in a bank, a man named Larry Nachman walked in the door, and this man looked about 40 years old. And he invited us, myself and my coworkers, to come visit his Pilates studio that he owned and operated on the west side of Greenville. And then he said something that blew my mind. He said, I want you guys to guess how old I am. And of course I guessed 40, and my boss guessed 45, and then he said, no, I'm 72. And this man looked like a model, like he had stepped out of an Abercrombie and Fitch catalog. I was fascinated. I really wanted to learn more, so I went to visit his studio. And I learned a lot about Pilates that day. So here's what I learned. Pilates is an exercise that targets the mind and body. It connects the breath to movements of the body. And it focuses on total body fitness. It focuses on the mind, the body, and the spirit. Pilates was designed by Joseph Pilates in the 1900s. He designed his Pilates during World War I, and he tested it on some of the soldiers that were returning from war who were injured. These soldiers were bedridden, and they couldn't get up, they couldn't try to exercise, so he invented machines and pulleys and levers that helped them exercise and rehabilitate themselves from their bed. And today, his same exercises are used in hospitals and rehabilitation centers worldwide. They're safe for injured patients and joint damages and arthritis, and even people who are really weak. Children and pregnant women are now exercising in Pilates classes. When you begin a Pilates class, even when you're a beginner, you exercise in the same class that the advanced students exercise in. And your coach will modify the exercises to work with you, and you will start getting stronger and stronger, and you'll be working out to the same exercise that the advanced students are doing. Everyone's in the same class. The most important part of the Pilates exercise is the breath. The breath connects to each movement, and without that breath, the exercise can't be done properly. The breath is calming. Pilates focuses on long, lean muscles. You don't focus on the bodybuilder muscles that you see in most gyms. Those bulky muscles tear, and Joseph Pilates didn't want anyone injured. Pilates keeps injuries down. And in conclusion, Pilates is a safe exercise for anyone. If I can look 40 years old at 72, I'm all for it.